Okay, I'll cut straight to the chase. Before reviewing this product, I wasn't a fan of robot vacuum cleaners at all. But now I have reviewed it, the iRobot Roomba J7 Plus is possibly one of the best robot vacuum cleaners you can get. A robot that not only cleans your home when you literally ask it to, but can start its cleaning run when you're out the house and empty its bin when it's finished. So if you want to understand exactly what this vacuum cleaner can do, then watch this video to the end, where I'll address two important questions. Can a robot vacuum cleaner genuinely replace your normal vacuum cleaner? And should you get one? Alternatively, if you haven't got time to watch everything, click on one of the chapters in the description below. But before that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Your support would be immeasurably appreciated. So with the robot out the box, how do you set it up? Well, just inside the box, you'll find a short setup guide with 6 simple steps. In brief, these tell you to position the base station in a place with good Wi-Fi coverage, making sure there is ample space around it. Next, put the robot into the base station, making sure to align the metal contacts on the robot with the metal pins inside the base station. With that complete, download and install the iRobot Home app for iOS or Android, where you'll need to follow the on-screen instructions, part of which will require you to log into your iRobot account or create one if you haven't done so already. With all going well, you'll be prompted to choose a name for your robot. Call it Marvin if you like, but for myself I like the default name, Roomba. And that's it. The basic setup is done and you can start using your robot to map and clean your home. And this leads me on to room mapping. The first thing any robot vacuum cleaner needs to do is learn the layout of your home. And with the iRobot vacuum cleaner, this can be done in one of 3 ways. If you've never used an iRobot before, then you can start the mapping process while it cleans your home. Alternatively, a quicker way is to start what's called a mapping run, where the robot will go around your home learning the layout without cleaning it. Or, if you're upgrading from an older iRobot, then you can reuse the maps it created for your new Roomba J7 Plus. Which one you choose will depend on your situation and how urgently you want the mapping run completed, but it's advised to ensure there is good ambient lighting in all the rooms so the robot can navigate around, and to open all doors and move obstacles such as books and clutter out of the way. Although I hasten to add, you don't need to move your furniture. The mapping process needs to be done 2 or 3 times, but once complete, you'll end up with not just a map, but a smart map that will allow you to create virtual boundaries, mark out specific areas to avoid, and or schedule specific rooms or areas to be cleaned. Now for myself, the first mapping run took almost 2 hours, but this will vary depending on the size and layout of your home. Overall though, the mapping run is very good, dividing up the floor plan into what it thinks are rooms, where you can then edit, add to or delete boundary lines as required. With the rooms correctly divided up, you can then label them as appropriate, for example bathroom, bedroom, kitchen and so on. In addition, you can also add 2 types of zones. Keep out zones, which are areas for the robot to avoid, and clean zones, which once marked out and labelled will allow you to tell the robot to clean just these zones. For example, the rug, or if you prefer, in front of the sofa. And then it's time to start a cleaning run. The easiest way to do this is to click Vacuum Everywhere within the app. Another way is to select New Job. This will allow you to select rooms or zones you would like cleaning and how many cleaning passes you would like the robot to make. You can also create scheduled cleans for rooms or zones. For example, you might want the robot to clean the kitchen every Wednesday and Friday at 4 p.m. Or alternatively, You can schedule a robot to clean selected rooms or zones once you leave the home on certain days. And perhaps even more impressively, you can connect the J7 Plus to your Alexa or Google device, allowing you to control the robot with voice commands. Alexa, ask Roomba to clean the bedroom. So how good is the iRobot J7 at cleaning? Well, iRobot don't advertise the exact suction power of the J7 Plus, but they claim it is 10 times stronger than the Roomba 600 series. Underneath the robot there is an edge sweeping brush for cleaning the edges of rooms, and two rubberized brushes that work in opposite directions, sucking up hair and debris between them. And when the robot has finished cleaning, it will take itself back to the base station where it will automatically empty its bin into the dust bag, all without me needing to do anything. So as someone who has always been sceptical about the effectiveness of robot vacuum cleaners, I've been genuinely surprised how good it is, particularly on carpets. Although it's not quite as good on hard floors, where I've had to use my normal vacuum cleaner around the edges of a room on 2 occasions. But in truth, this wasn't a big problem. You can also see the history of each clean within the app, where it displays how long it took to clean, where it cleaned, how many square meters it covered, any dirt events it needed to focus its cleaning on, and impressively, it will show you photos of all the obstacles it encountered, where you can then select whether it was a temporary obstacle, mark it as a keep out zone, or select no obstacle here. And if you are someone who brings more dirt into a specific area of the room, then the robot has what iRobot call dirt detect technology, where it will work harder to clean these areas of the room until it detects fewer dirt particles. To see what the J7 Plus is like in action, I've taken the following footage. The J7 Plus also has 6 cliff sensors that will detect any steps or stairs within your home and prevent it from falling down them. So what about the battery? Well, personally I haven't had any issues with the battery, as the J7 Plus will take itself back to the base station to recharge before it runs out. And as for the dust bag, well, it will hold 60 days worth of dirt, after which you will need to replace it by removing the old dust bag and inserting a new one. So these are the things the J7 Plus can do, but what are its downsides? Well, in fairness, the downsides are probably the same with all robot vacuum cleaners. It can't navigate stairs nor clean them. It can't clean furniture such as a sofa. It can't get into the deep corners of a room, nor all the edges, and occasionally it's become stuck. Although this only happened twice, and I've since added keep out zones to prevent this from happening again. And perhaps the biggest downside of all, it's expensive compared to other robot vacuum cleaners. But then it is a premium product with a lot of smart features, so if you're not planning on using them, then this may not be the cleaner for you. However, what downsides there are, it makes up for with its powerful cleans and smart features. It has an obstacle avoidance system, a smart emptying bin. You can add keep out and clean zones. You can add specific cleaning schedules. It supports Amazon Alexa and Google devices. The app is incredibly easy to use, and perhaps most importantly, it's surprisingly good at cleaning. So is the Roomba J7 Plus a replacement for your normal vacuum cleaner? Well, this may come as a surprise to some of you, but no, it isn't, and nor is it really designed to be, because if it was, it would be able to clean the stairs, the sofa, and all the difficult places to reach, including keep out zones. But it is a fantastic complement to your normal vacuum cleaner, removing the need for you to regularly vacuum your home, and cleaning it during times that best suit your lifestyle. So should you get one? Well, if the price tag isn't a problem for you and you want a robot vacuum cleaner which has some of the best smart features currently available, and you're not afraid to get involved with the app, then you may want to consider getting one. And that's it, the iRobot Roomba J7 Plus. It's been genuinely surprising how good it is. But what about yourself? Do you own a robot vacuum cleaner? Or are you thinking about getting one? Let me know in the comments below. To see more of my reviews, check out my channel, and please don't forget to subscribe below. After all, it is free. Thank you.